Beloved one, love and marriage have been confused for centuries. Society has conditioned people to believe that marriage is the foundation upon which love can be built. But this is an illusion. Marriage does not create love. It can only provide a space where love may grow if it is already there. But if love is absent, marriage becomes a barren land where nothing blossoms, only duties, frustrations, and silent suffering. I have heard a story. A young man asked his father, "Should I marry first and then fall in love, or should I fall in love and then marry?" The father smiled and said, "Son, do you buy the shoes first and then hope that your feet will fit into them? Or do you first try them on, walk in them, feel if they are comfortable, and only then decide?" The son laughed and said, "Of course I'd try them first." The father said, "Then why would you imprison yourself in a lifelong relationship first and hope that love will follow?" This is exactly what happens in arranged marriages, in marriages of convenience, in marriages built on family expectations, financial security, or social pressure. People enter a binding contract without knowing whether their hearts resonate, without knowing if their souls dance together. And then they expect love to magically appear like a guest who was never invited. Love is a spontaneous flowering. It is not something you can force, not something that can be created through rituals or laws. A contract can bind two people legally, but it cannot bind their hearts. You can marry someone, live in the same house, share the same bed, eat at the same table, and still be strangers. You can fulfill all the responsibilities of a husband or wife and still feel empty inside, because duty is not love. Love is not an obligation. It is not something that grows out of social norms. It is something that arises from deep connection, from an inner recognition, from an unexplainable pull between two souls. Society has deceived people with the idea that if you marry someone, eventually love will grow. This is like planting a dead tree and expecting it to bloom. Love is the seed. Marriage can be the garden. But if there is no seed, how can flowers appear? Marriage can nourish love if love is already there. But if there is no love, marriage only becomes a graveyard where two people slowly bury their passion, their individuality, their dreams. The real question is not about marriage. The real question is about love. If love exists between two people, marriage is just a formality. It does not add anything new. It is like the icing on a cake that is already delicious. But if love does not exist, marriage is like icing on an empty plate, beautiful on the outside but hollow inside. Love first, and then, if marriage happens, it will be a celebration, not a compromise. Then marriage will not be a burden, but a deepening of love. Two people will not be together because they have to be, but because they want to be. They will not be tied by law, but by joy. They will not be prisoners of each other, but fellow travelers on the path of life. So remember, marriage should not be a trap to catch love. It should be a space where love dances freely. If love exists, marriage can be beautiful. If love is absent, marriage will only be a painful illusion.